the storms that shape us. Have you ever wondered why the fiercest storms seem drawn to you? Why challenges arrive with such precision, as if aimed at the core of who you are? It's not coincidence, it's purpose. The light within you, placed there by God, is a beacon that the enemy seeks to extinguish. These trials are not random. They are calculated attempts to break your spirit, shake your confidence, and distract you from your divine calling. But what if these storms are not meant to destroy you, but to reveal the strength, resilience, and faith that lie within? What if every betrayal, every manipulation, every moment of chaos is part of a greater plan to mold you into something unshakable? This journey is not about avoiding the storm. It's about rising above it. Join me as we uncover the truth behind these challenges, the divine protection that surrounds you, and the unyielding power of faith that ensures no weapon formed against you can prosper. Together, let's explore how the very trials meant to harm you are shaping you into a force stronger than you ever imagined. Part 1. Rising above the storms. Have you ever paused to consider how you've managed to endure storms designed to break you? These challenges, often unexpected and relentless, test the limits of your strength and faith. Yet, here you stand, not only surviving but thriving. This resilience is not accidental. It's a testament to something far greater, an inner fortitude rooted in divine protection. Your unwavering faith in God has been a shield, a force that leaves both adversaries and unforeseen difficulties powerless. You are a reflection of His work, someone chosen to rise above the chaos. No matter how dire the circumstances may seem, enemies often operate in the shadows, their intentions hidden beneath layers of deception. These forces, both seen and unseen, come into your life, hoping to destabilize and destroy. They disguise themselves as allies, as friends, or even as lovers, wearing a mask of support while subtly working to undermine your peace. This kind of betrayal cuts deep, shaking the very foundation of trust and relationships. Yet, the presence of God in your life ensures that no weapon formed against you will prevail. Each trial you face becomes an opportunity to witness His divine power in action. What makes you different? Why do you, among so many, continue to rise while others falter? The answer lies in the unmistakable mark of divine favor upon you. This mark isn't visible to the naked eye, but it is evident in the outcomes of your battles. It is the reason why, even when the odds are stacked against you, you come out victorious. This favor confounds your enemies, leaving them baffled by your strength and resilience. The storms you've weathered are no ordinary trials. They are calculated efforts by forces meant to dismantle your joy, shake your confidence, and leave you questioning your purpose. Yet, with each wave that crashes against you, you stand taller. Your ability to endure doesn't come from human willpower alone, but from the grace of God that strengthens you from within. This grace acts as a shield, a fortress protecting you from the harm others intended. Sometimes, the attacks are not physical or overtly aggressive, but subtle and insidious. They come through individuals who seem trustworthy, people who appear to be gifts during your toughest seasons. These individuals wear masks of kindness and support, positioning themselves as confidants while secretly sowing seeds of doubt and discord. Their goal is to weaken your spirit by exploiting your vulnerabilities. They think they are unnoticed, but God's wisdom equips you with discernment to see through their facade. Despite their attempts, their plans falter because of the light within you. This divine light is not only a source of hope and strength for you, but also a reflection of the power of God at work in your life. It repels the darkness and reveals the truth. This light confuses and terrifies those who operate in deception because it exposes their intentions. It is why they cannot remain in your presence for long. They are ultimately undone by the very schemes they crafted against you. The resilience you display is a testimony to the God who walks with you. He turns what was meant for harm into opportunities for growth and transformation. Every storm you face becomes a stepping stone to a stronger, more refined version of yourself. The trials are not meant to destroy you, but to prepare you for the greater purpose that lies ahead. God equips His chosen ones with the strength to endure and the wisdom to overcome, ensuring that no plan of the enemy can derail their destiny. Your story is not just about survival, it's about victory. It's about standing firm when everything around you seems to be falling apart. It's about finding peace in the midst of chaos and hope in the face of despair. This victory is not born out of your own strength, but from a divine source that never fails. It is a reminder that with God on your side, you are unstoppable. Through the storms, you've discovered a profound truth. Your faith is your greatest weapon. It is the anchor that keeps you steady, the light that guides you, and the shield that protects you. No matter how fierce the opposition, no matter how calculated the attacks, you continue to rise because the power of God within you is greater than anything that comes against you. You are a testament to what it means to be chosen, to be set apart for a higher purpose. Your story is a beacon of hope for others who may be facing their own storms. It is a reminder that, with faith, courage, and divine guidance, it is possible to overcome even the greatest challenges. You are not just surviving, you are thriving, standing as a living proof of God's unwavering presence and power. Part 1. The Calculated Storm. Not every storm in life is made of thunder and rain. Some storms come disguised as people, meticulously crafted to bring chaos to your life. These individuals enter subtly, their presence almost comforting at first. They wear the perfect disguise, perhaps as a loyal friend, a loving partner, or a supportive confidant. They seem to be everything you needed during a challenging season. Yet, beneath their charming exterior lies a carefully constructed force of destruction, sent to dismantle your peace, shake your confidence, and cast doubt upon your purpose. Their arrival is not random. They are deliberate in their actions, studying you closely to understand your strengths and vulnerabilities. Their aim is clear: to manipulate and exploit, using every detail of your life as a tool to weaken you. They infiltrate your heart and mind, presenting themselves as a source of solace while secretly working to tear you apart. The deception is intricate, and their tactics are subtle enough to go unnoticed, at least for a time. At first, they appear as gifts during a storm, seemingly sent to provide comfort and encouragement. Their words are soothing, their actions deliberate in creating an illusion of support. Yet, as time passes, cracks begin to form in their facade. The charm they once used to draw you and now feels like a weapon. Their actions, once seemingly kind, begin to create confusion and doubt. You notice the inconsistencies, the manipulative undertones, and the subtle attempts to control your thoughts and emotions. This calculated storm wasn't sent to you because of anything you've done wrong. It is a direct reflection of your purpose and potential. Those chosen by God often face challenges designed to derail them from their path. The enemy recognizes the light within you and fears its power. This fear drives the enemy to send these storms in human form, hoping to extinguish your light and redirect your focus away from your divine calling. What sets you apart is your ability to withstand this storm. While others may crumble under the weight of such calculated attacks, you rise above it. Your discernment, a gift from God, allows you to see through their schemes. You begin to recognize the patterns of manipulation, the way they twist reality, the way they subtly gaslight you, and the way they exploit your trust to serve their own agendas. These revelations, though painful, become the foundation of your strength. This storm was sent to test you, but it has unintentionally revealed your resilience. Instead of breaking under the weight of their manipulation, you grow stronger. Instead of falling into despair, you find clarity. Every attempt they make to dismantle you only strengthens your connection to God, as you lean on His guidance and protection to navigate the chaos. Their calculated actions bring to mind the warnings of Jesus in Matthew 7 verse 15. Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. These individuals are modern-day examples of this warning. They pose as friends or allies, but their true intentions are far from benevolent. They seek to sow discord and confusion, hoping to weaken your resolve. Yet, they underestimate the power of divine protection that surrounds you. Even as they work to tear you down, their efforts are in vain. The strength you draw from your faith becomes a shield, deflecting their attempts to harm you. With every attack they launch, they reveal more of their true nature, not only to you but to others around you. Their manipulations lose power as their intentions become evident. They are left vulnerable, exposed by their own actions. This calculated storm may have been sent to destroy you, but it has only served to reveal your strength. The manipulator's efforts to control and destabilize you have backfired, leaving them disarmed and frustrated. What they intended for harm has become a source of growth and transformation for you. Each challenge has refined your spirit, sharpening your discernment and deepening your faith. As you navigate this storm, you come to understand that no weapon formed against you can prosper. The chaos they created only highlights the peace and stillness within you. This inner calm, born of your trust in God, becomes your greatest weapon against their schemes. It repels their negativity and serves as a reminder of the divine power that works within you. In their desperation to maintain control, these individuals often escalate their efforts. They may resort to more overt manipulations, hoping to provoke a reaction from you. But your silence and stillness speak louder than any confrontation could. By refusing to engage in their games, you strip them of their power. Their attempts to control you only reveal their own insecurities and weaknesses. This storm, though painful and challenging, is not the end of your story. It is a chapter in a larger narrative of resilience, faith, and divine purpose. While the manipulator may have thought they could bring you down, they underestimated the strength of the one who walks with you. With God by your side, you are untouchable, rising above the chaos to fulfill your destiny. Through this calculated storm, you've learned the power of discernment, the strength of silence, and the peace that comes from trusting in God. These lessons, though hard-earned, will serve you as you continue on your journey. They are reminders that no matter what storms come your way, you are equipped to rise above them, stronger and more unshakable than ever before. Part 3. Unmasking the Psychopath. Not all adversaries come into your life with obvious hostility. Some are far more cunning, entering under the guise of kindness, love, or unwavering support. They observe, calculate, and strategize, presenting themselves as the answer to your prayers. These individuals, cold, calculated, and emotionally void, are not ordinary antagonists. They are master manipulators who operate with precision, using deception as their weapon. Their aim is not just to harm you temporarily, but to dismantle the very foundation of your peace, confidence, and faith. The manipulator's craft lies in their ability to mimic. They study you, analyzing your needs, desires, and fears as an actor studies a role. They mirror your values, align with your dreams, and present themselves as the perfect partner, friend, or confidant. This imitation is deliberate, intended to lower your defenses and make you trust them implicitly. By the time their true nature begins to emerge, they have already positioned themselves deeply within the intimate parts of your life. Why would someone go to such lengths to deceive and harm you? The answer lies in their ultimate goal: control. Their elaborate performance is designed to identify your vulnerabilities so they can weaponize them. They aim to infiltrate your thoughts, manipulate your emotions, and erode your self-worth. This is not an act of spontaneous malice. It is a calculated plan driven by their inability to tolerate the light within you. They see in you something they cannot replicate: a divine spark, a sense of purpose, and an unshakable inner peace. This frustrates and threatens them because it reminds them of what they lack. Their mission is not only to disrupt your life, but also to extinguish the light that they find so unnerving. What they don't realize, however, is that this light comes from a source far beyond their comprehension. It is divine, untouchable, and eternal. At first, their intentions are nearly impossible to detect. They wear masks of loyalty, vulnerability, or charm, each designed to fit seamlessly into your world. They might appear as someone who stands by your side during difficult times, offering support and encouragement. They may seem like a romantic partner who adores you or a friend who always has your back. But over time, their masks begin to slip. The inconsistencies in their behavior, the subtle manipulation, and the underlying toxicity start to surface. You begin to notice patterns. They twist your words, make you doubt your perceptions, and shift blame when confronted. This psychological manipulation, often referred to as gaslighting, is a tool they wield skillfully. Their goal is to confuse you, to make you question your reality, and ultimately, to control your reactions. By creating an environment of uncertainty, they seek to dominate your thoughts and emotions. But their plans do not account for one critical factor: the divine protection that surrounds you. The light of God within you begins to reveal their true nature. You start to see through the lies and manipulations, recognizing the tactics they use to destabilize you. This discernment is a gift from God, an armor that shields you from their attempts to harm you. The very schemes they crafted to weaken you become the means by which their own intentions are exposed. Their actions echo the warnings found in Scripture. In Matthew 7 verse 15, Jesus cautions against false prophets who come in sheep's clothing but are inwardly ravenous wolves. These manipulators fit this description perfectly. Outwardly, they appear trustworthy and kind, but their motives are anything but pure. Their ultimate goal is to serve themselves, regardless of the harm they cause to others. As their manipulations unravel, their desperation grows. They may resort to increasingly aggressive tactics, hoping to regain control, but their efforts are futile against someone who is divinely protected. The power of your silence, your faith, and your refusal to engage in their schemes leaves them powerless. The light of God within you acts as a mirror, reflecting their true nature back at them and forcing them to confront their own emptiness. Your ability to unmask the psychopath is not a sign of their failure alone. It is a testament to the strength of your faith and the wisdom that comes from walking with God. The more they try to control you, the more they reveal their own weaknesses. Their manipulative strategies, once so carefully concealed, become transparent to you and to those around you. Their web of deceit begins to unravel, leaving them exposed and vulnerable. Through this experience, you come to understand that their attacks are not truly about you. They are rooted in their own fears and insecurities. Their need to dominate and control stems from an emptiness they cannot fill. They envy your light and the peace it brings, and in their desperation, they attempt to destroy what they cannot possess. This revelation shifts your perspective. Instead of feeling anger or betrayal, you feel pity for them. Their actions, though harmful, are a reflection of their own brokenness. They are not your enemy. They are individuals lost in their own darkness, incapable of comprehending the light within you. This understanding allows you to respond not with retaliation, but with strength, dignity, and grace. Unmasking the psychopath is not just about exposing their true nature. It is about reclaiming your power, your peace, and your sense of self. It is about recognizing the divine protection that surrounds you and trusting that no weapon formed against you can prosper. As their mask crumbles and their schemes fail, you are reminded of the unshakable truth. God's light within you is greater than any darkness that tries to extinguish it. In this process, you discover not only the depths of their deception, but also the depths of your own resilience. Their calculated storm, meant to dismantle you, has instead strengthened your faith, sharpened your discernment, and revealed the divine power that sustains you. They came into your life believing they could control you, but they leave having learned that your light is untouchable. Their plans, no matter how well crafted, can never prevail against the one who walks with God. Part 4. Divine protection over the chosen. The storms sent to disrupt your life may feel overwhelming, but they are no match for the divine protection that surrounds you. As one of God's chosen, you are shielded by His promises, upheld by His strength, and guided by His wisdom. These challenges, though calculated and deliberate, only serve to highlight the unwavering power of God in your life. The adversaries who come against you are not fighting just you. They are confronting the one who stands with you, and their efforts are doomed to fail. The manipulative tactics of those who seek to harm you are not new. These individuals operate with precision, exploiting trust and weaving lies to gain control. Yet, no matter how intricate their plans, they overlook a crucial truth. God's chosen ones are under His protection. His presence acts as a fortress, deflecting their schemes and ensuring that no weapon formed against you will prosper. This promise, echoed in Isaiah 54 verse 17, serves as a constant reminder that you are never alone in your battles. At the heart of this protection is discernment, a divine gift that allows you to see beyond the surface. What once seemed like genuine kindness is revealed as manipulation. The seemingly supportive words are exposed as tools of control. God equips you with the wisdom to recognize these tactics, ensuring that their plans cannot take root in your life. This discernment is not just a shield, but also a light that illuminates the path forward, allowing you to navigate the chaos with clarity and confidence. The storms you face are often tailored to exploit your vulnerabilities. They target your fears, your insecurities, and your deepest concerns. But what your adversaries fail to understand is that these very vulnerabilities are transformed into strengths through God's work in you. The trials you endure refine your spirit, much like gold is purified through fire. Each challenge becomes an opportunity for growth, shaping you into a more resilient and unshakable version of yourself. God's protection is not passive. It is active and transformative. It doesn't merely shield you from harm, but also uses the adversity to mold you into a stronger vessel for His purpose. The pain and confusion inflicted by those who wish to see you falter become the tools through which God builds your character. The storms that were meant to destroy you become the very elements that strengthen your foundation. This process of transformation is not always easy. There are moments of doubt, pain, and frustration. You may question why you are being tested so intensely, or why certain individuals were allowed into your life. Yet, as you lean into God's promises, you begin to see the bigger picture. Every storm, every betrayal, and every calculated attack is a part of His plan to prepare you for greater things. He is equipping you with the strength and wisdom needed to fulfill the purpose He has set before you. As the manipulative efforts of your adversaries crumble, their true nature becomes evident, not only to you but also to those around you. Their lies, once hidden in the shadows, are brought to light. Their actions, which seemed so calculated, unravel under the weight of their own deception. This exposure is not your doing but a result of God's justice. He works in ways that reveal the truth and ensure that those who operate in darkness cannot prevail. The peace that comes from trusting in God's protection is unmatched. While the storms rage around you, you stand firm, anchored by the assurance that He is in control. This peace is not a denial of the challenges you face, but a recognition of the power that sustains you through them. It is a calmness that confounds your enemies and strengthens your resolve. It is the fulfillment of the promise found in Philippians 4 verse 7. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. The adversaries who sought to control and manipulate you are often left confused by your calmness. They expect you to react, to fight back, or to crumble under the weight of their schemes. But your stillness, your refusal to engage in their games, becomes a powerful weapon. It reflects your trust in God and exposes their own desperation. Your silence is not a sign of weakness, but a declaration of faith, a reminder that your strength comes from a higher source. As the storm begins to subside, you emerge not only unscathed but also stronger. The chaos that was meant to weaken you has instead fortified your spirit. The manipulators' attempts to sow discord have failed, and their plans have been rendered ineffective. What they meant for harm has been transformed into a testimony of God's power and faithfulness. This is not a reflection of your strength alone, but of the divine force working within and around you. The experience of enduring and overcoming these trials is a reminder of your identity as one of God's chosen. You are set apart, protected, and empowered to fulfill a greater purpose. The adversities you face are not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your strength and the calling on your life. The enemy targets you not because you are weak, but because you are powerful. They recognize the light within you and fear what it represents. Through these challenges, you come to understand the profound truth of Romans 8 verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. The trials, though painful, are working together for your good. They are refining you, preparing you, and positioning you for the destiny that lies ahead. The divine protection over your life ensures that no matter how calculated the storm, it cannot succeed. The manipulations and schemes of others may cause temporary discomfort, but they cannot derail your purpose, your faith, your resilience, and the unshakable presence of God in your life are more than enough to overcome any challenge. You are not just surviving these storms, you are rising above them, stronger and more steadfast than ever before. Part 5. The weaponization of manipulation. The storms sent to disrupt your life often take a form more insidious than physical challenges. They manifest through people who weaponize manipulation as a tool to control, confuse, and exhaust you. These individuals are strategic in their approach, seeking to exploit your emotions and vulnerabilities to gain dominance over your life. Their tactics are not random. They are carefully calculated, designed to dismantle your confidence, cloud your clarity, and drain your energy. At first glance, their intentions seem anything but harmful. They approach you with kindness, empathy, and understanding, creating the illusion of a safe space. They study you closely, learning what brings you joy and peace and what stirs your deepest fears. This information becomes their arsenal. They use it to craft interactions that manipulate your emotions, leaving you questioning your reality and doubting your own intuition. Their manipulation often comes in subtle forms, disguised as concern, framed as advice, or wrapped in gestures of goodwill. They employ tactics like gaslighting, a psychological tool designed to distort your perception of events and make you question your memory or judgment. They shift blame, twist your words, and deny actions that were blatantly harmful, creating an atmosphere of confusion. This mental fog is deliberate, meant to destabilize you and make you dependent on their narrative. These individuals thrive on control. They need to feel in charge, to dictate the pace and direction of your thoughts, emotions, and decisions. By exploiting your vulnerabilities, they attempt to position themselves as indispensable, making you believe that you cannot navigate life without their guidance or presence. This dependency is their ultimate goal, as it grants them the power to dictate the terms of your relationship and interactions. But what they fail to account for is the divine protection that surrounds you. The very vulnerabilities they seek to exploit are transformed by God's work in your life. What they perceive as weaknesses are, in fact, areas where God's strength is most evident. As 2 Corinthians 12 verse 9 reminds us, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." The manipulation they wield so skillfully becomes ineffective in the face of your faith and discernment. God equips His chosen ones with the ability to see beyond the surface. As the manipulator's tactics unfold, your spiritual discernment sharpens. You begin to recognize the patterns, the way they twist reality, the moments they use your kindness against you, and the subtle shifts in their behavior designed to provoke a reaction. This awareness is not born of your own understanding but of divine wisdom imparted to protect you. The manipulator's aim is not merely to control your thoughts and actions, it is to rob you of your peace. They thrive on chaos, creating situations that demand your emotional and mental energy. Their actions are calculated to keep you on edge, unable to find the clarity and stillness that come from resting in God's presence. Yet, their efforts cannot penetrate the peace that God provides. This peace, described in Philippians 4 verse 7 as one that transcends all understanding, guards your heart and mind, acting as a fortress against their attacks. As their manipulations continue, a shift begins to occur. The more they try to control you, the more their own desperation becomes evident. Their need for dominance exposes their insecurities and fears. They lash out, escalating their tactics in a futile attempt to regain the upper hand. But their actions only serve to highlight the strength of your faith and the depth of your resilience. What they intended to be a source of confusion becomes a platform for clarity and growth. Your refusal to engage in their manipulative games is your greatest weapon. By choosing silence, stillness, and faith over reaction, you strip them of their power. They crave a response, a sign that their tactics are working. But your lack of engagement denies them the control they seek. This stillness is not a passive act. It is a declaration of trust in God's ability to fight your battles. As Psalm 46 verse 10 reminds us, "Be still and know that I am God." The manipulator's schemes begin to unravel, not through confrontation, but through the weight of their own actions. Their lies, once hidden, are exposed by the truth. Their attempts to sow discord are met with peace, and their efforts to provoke are met with calm. The very tools they use to destabilize you become their undoing. As their intentions are revealed to others, Their facade of kindness crumbles under the light of truth. Through this experience, you come to understand the profound power of God's presence in your life. His protection is not just about shielding you from harm. It is about transforming the attacks into opportunities for growth. The manipulations that once caused pain now serve as lessons, refining your character and deepening your faith. What was meant for harm is used for good, as God turns the chaos into clarity. As the manipulator retreats, weakened and exposed, you are left stronger and more unshakable than ever. The peace that eluded you during their presence now returns, filling the spaces they tried to occupy. Your clarity, confidence, and trust in God are restored, leaving no room for the seeds of doubt they attempted to plant. The storm they brought into your life is past, and in its place is a renewed sense of purpose and direction. The weaponization of manipulation is a tactic designed to harm, but it cannot stand against the divine protection over your life. God's light within you shines too brightly to be extinguished by deceit. The manipulator's attempts to control and confuse you have only served to highlight the strength, wisdom, and peace that come from walking with God. You emerge from this storm not as a victim, but as a victor, ready to continue your journey with greater clarity and faith. Part 6. Silence as a weapon of strength. In the face of manipulation, chaos, and calculated attacks, there is a power so profound that it disarms even the most determined adversaries. Silence. This silence is not a void, nor is it a surrender. It is an act of strength, rooted in faith, discernment, and divine wisdom. It becomes the weapon that renders manipulation ineffective and reveals the truth without a single word being spoken. The manipulator thrives on chaos and reaction. They weave intricate schemes designed to provoke emotions, destabilize your peace, and elicit responses that they can exploit. Their goal is to pull you into their web, where they can control the narrative and dictate the terms of engagement. But when you choose silence over reaction, you deny them the very thing they seek: control. This silence is not born of fear or weakness. It is an intentional act of defiance, a refusal to play their game. By withholding your reaction, you disrupt their plans and force them to confront their own emptiness. Without your energy to fuel their schemes, their manipulations lose their power. Their actions, once so carefully concealed, become glaringly transparent. Stillness is a form of strength that confounds those who operate in deceit. It is the physical manifestation of your trust in God's protection and justice. Psalm 46 verse 10 declares, "Be still and know that I am God." This stillness is a declaration of faith, a reminder that the battle is not yours to fight alone. It is God who stands with you, ensuring that no weapon formed against you will prosper. The manipulator, accustomed to controlling others through provocation, finds themselves at a loss when faced with your silence. They escalate their efforts, attempting to provoke you further, but their desperation only serves to expose their true nature. Their calculated moves unravel, and their mask begins to slip. The more they try to manipulate, the clearer their intentions become, not just to you, but to those around you. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting their own insecurities and flaws back at them. It forces them to confront the void within themselves, the emptiness they have tried to hide behind their manipulative tactics. This is not a reflection they are prepared to face. Their carefully constructed facade crumbles under the weight of their own actions, leaving them vulnerable and exposed. While their chaos intensifies, you remain calm and unwavering. This calmness is not passive. It is an active expression of your trust in God's plan. It is a peace that transcends understanding. As described in Philippians 4 verse 7, "And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus." This peace acts as a shield, protecting you from the manipulator's attempts to sow discord and confusion. Through your silence, you communicate volumes without uttering a single word. Your lack of engagement speaks of confidence, clarity, and faith. It demonstrates that you are not dependent on their approval or affected by their schemes. It shows that your strength comes from a source far greater than their attempts to control you. This silent resolve becomes a barrier they cannot penetrate. As their manipulations unravel, the truth begins to emerge. the lies they spread, the distortions they created, and the narratives they tried to control are revealed for what they truly are: empty and baseless. Their attempts to shift blame and project their insecurities onto you backfire, leaving them exposed. The light of truth, which they sought to extinguish, now shines brighter than ever, illuminating the reality of their actions. This process of revelation is not your doing alone. It is a manifestation of God's justice and faithfulness. Proverbs 12 verse 19 reminds us, "Truthful lips endure forever, but a lying tongue lasts only a moment." The truth cannot be hidden indefinitely. What was done in the dark is brought into the light, and those who sought to deceive are left standing in the shadow of their own lies. Your silence does more than expose their intentions. It protects your peace and clarity. By refusing to engage in their chaos, you maintain control over your own thoughts and emotions. You are not drawn into their narrative or influenced by their distortions. This preservation of peace is a testament to the divine protection over your life and the wisdom God has imparted to you. The manipulator's greatest fear is your independence and strength. They are threatened by your ability to stand firm without their influence, to find peace in the midst of their storm. Your silence amplifies this strength, showing them that their tactics hold no power over you. It is a reminder that your worth and identity are not tied to their approval but are firmly rooted in God's love and purpose for you. As their schemes collapse, the manipulator is left to confront the reality of their actions. They are no longer the puppeteer but a witness to their own downfall. Their efforts to control and dominate have failed, and they are forced to reckon with the truth. This reckoning is not yours to enforce. It is God's justice at work. Romans 12 verse 19 declares, "Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, 'It is mine to avenge, I will repay,' says the Lord." Your silence, far from being a passive response, is an act of faith and strength. It is a testament to the unshakable foundation on which your life is built. It reflects your trust in God's timing and justice, knowing that He will reveal the truth and protect you from harm. Through this silence, you rise above the manipulator's attempts to control and confound you, emerging stronger, wiser, and more at peace than ever before. In the end, the manipulator's schemes are their undoing. What they intended to break you has only served to reveal the depth of your resilience and the power of God in your life. Their chaos has reflected their own emptiness, while your silence has highlighted your strength. You are left standing, unshaken and victorious, a living testament to the divine protection and peace that accompany those who walk in faith. Part 7. The Final Blow. Walking Away in Victory. The manipulator's greatest miscalculation is believing they can control the outcome of their schemes. They enter your life with the intention of dominating, destabilizing, and dismantling your peace. Yet, the strength of God within you is far greater than they could ever anticipate. In the end, their carefully constructed facade crumbles, not because of confrontation, but because of your steadfast resolve to walk away with dignity, leaving behind the chaos they sought to create. Walking away is not a sign of defeat. It is the ultimate act of victory. By choosing to step out of their reach, you reclaim your power and your peace. It is not a retreat, but a declaration that their presence no longer holds authority over your life. This decision is rooted in faith, a faith that assures you God is your defender, and His justice will prevail. The act of walking away reflects your understanding that your worth and purpose are not defined by their manipulations, but by the divine calling on your life. Their reaction to your departure reveals their true nature. As you withdraw, they become frantic, desperate to regain control. Their chaos intensifies, and their mask of confidence begins to crack. Without you as their target, they are left to face the reality of their own emptiness. They may lash out, spread lies, or attempt to draw you back into their web, but their efforts only emphasize their inability to function without the power they once held over you. Your silence during this time speaks louder than any words could. By refusing to engage, you deny them the validation they seek. You choose to let your actions, your calm, your strength, and your decision to move forward be the final statement. This silence is not passive. It is a profound declaration of independence and trust in God. It shows that you are no longer bound by their games, that you have risen above their schemes, and that their chaos holds no sway over your spirit. The peace you find in walking away is transformative. It is the kind of peace that Philippians 4 verse 7 describes, one that transcends all understanding and guards your heart and mind. This peace is not merely the absence of conflict. It is a deep assurance that you are protected, guided, and held by God. It allows you to step into the next chapter of your life with confidence, free from the weight of their manipulations. As you move forward, their attempts to discredit or undermine you only serve to highlight their own desperation. The lies they spread fall flat against the truth of your character. The chaos they create exposes their instability, while your calm demeanor stands as a testament to the strength and light within you. The manipulator's narrative begins to unravel, leaving them with no one to blame but themselves. The process of walking away does not require you to seek revenge or validation. Romans 12 verse 19 reminds us, "Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, 'It is mine to avenge, I will repay,' says the Lord." Trusting in God's justice frees you from the burden of retaliation. It allows you to focus on your healing, growth, and the greater purpose God has for your life. As you step into this new season, the trials you've endured become the foundation of your transformation. What was meant to break you has only refined you. The manipulator's attempts to control and diminish you have backfired, leaving you stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever. The light within you, which they sought to extinguish, now shines brighter, illuminating the path ahead. Your journey is a testament to the truth of Romans 8 verse 28. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. The pain and challenges you faced were not in vain. They were part of a divine plan to prepare you for something greater. Each trial has shaped you, equipping you with the strength and discernment needed to fulfill your calling. The manipulator's downfall is not your triumph. Your triumph is found in the growth, peace, and clarity you have gained. Their failure is a reflection of their own choices, while your victory is a reflection of God's power and grace in your life. Walking away is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of a new chapter, one defined by freedom, purpose, and divine alignment. As you look back on the storm, you see it for what it truly was, a refining process. The manipulator, though harmful, was a tool used to strengthen your spirit, deepen your faith, and reveal the power of God's protection. The trials you endured have not diminished you. They have elevated you. You are no longer the person you were when the storm began. You are stronger, wiser, and more attuned to the voice of God. In walking away, you leave behind not just the manipulator, but also the pain and confusion they brought into your life. You carry forward only the lessons learned, the strength gained, and the peace found in trusting God. Their chaos is no longer your burden to bear. You are free to pursue the purpose God has placed on your life, free to walk in His light, and free to embrace the future He has prepared for you. This freedom is the ultimate victory. It is a reminder that no storm, no manipulator, and no amount of chaos can overcome the power of God in your life. You are a living testament to His faithfulness, a beacon of hope for others who may be facing their own storms. Your journey is not just a story of survival. It is a story of triumph, transformation, and divine purpose, a light that cannot be extinguished. As you step forward, leaving the storm behind, remember this: your journey is far from over. It has only just begun. What was meant to destroy you has become the fire that refined you, the pressure that revealed the unshakable strength within you. You are not defined by the trials you faced, but by the victory you claimed through faith, resilience, and divine guidance. Every step you take now is a testament to the power of God's protection and purpose. The manipulator's chaos could not extinguish your light. Instead, it illuminated your calling. You stand stronger, wiser, and more aligned with the path God has set before you. The challenges you endured have prepared you for something greater, a destiny only you can fulfill. So, as you move forward, carry this truth with you: no storm, No weapon, no scheme can prevail against the light within you. You are chosen, equipped, and empowered to shine brighter than ever before. The world needs your story, your resilience, and your unwavering faith. Let your life be a beacon of hope, a reminder that no darkness can overcome the light divinely placed within you.